Hey guys, Blink here again. Haven't seen you guys in a very long time. How are you? Rest assured I'm alive and safe. Just kinda lost steam and didn't really know what to create, but we're fine. We're back, ready to move. And with that, I want to bring you guys this brand new series. Not quite sure what I'm gonna name it yet. I'm pretty sure you'll find out though with the name of the title. Something along the lines of character files. I want to pretty much cover anime characters and video game characters alike, which I like, and then pretty much just go with like all the information that I think is important or that I find interesting, along with favorite moments from that character. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Roll the clip. Alright, so for this very first episode, I wanted to cover my favorite anime and also my favorite main character, I guess, Monkey D. Luffy. So let's go ahead and give you some quick little information for you. So there is a time skip within the anime if you have not watched it. Right at the start of the show, he is 17. After the time skip, he is 19. So there's a 2-year gap. Height, 5'8". His hometown is Fuchsia Village, which Fuchsia, I guess, translates to Windmill Village in the East Blue. Special abilities include the Gum Gum Fruit, also known as the Gomu Gomu no Mi, Observation, Armament, and Conqueror's Haki. Also, another two special abilities are Eating Mass Amounts of Meat and Curving Hancock. Monkey D. Luffy, also known as Straw Hat Luffy, wonder how he got that name, is the main protagonist in the long-running shonen anime known as One Piece, which has been airing on television since 1999 in Japan, making the anime at the time of this recording 20 years old. Fuck. The story of One Piece has us following this kid on his crazy journey and becoming what is known as a King of the Pirates, doing many fun things from punching a giant sea snake, punching a giant sea cow, punching a meaty fishman, to even punching a self-proclaimed god in the sky. All of these things, among many others scattered throughout the 800 plus episodes the show currently has given Luffy the chance to rack up a bounty of 1.5 billion, with a B, berries. Now I don't know about you, but that's a whole lot of dough. Ain't that right, Nami? That thick bounty shouldn't come as too much of a surprise though, given his family background. His father, Monkey D. Dragon, is a supreme commander of the Revolutionary Army, and I believe, don't quote me on this, is the most wanted man in the world. Do you think his dad is freaking wild? Well, his freaking grandpappy is Marine Vice Admiral Garp, the beacon of hope, justice, and everything badass in the world. This kid was destined to brew up a shitstorm. His brothers are just as wild. Their 2nd Division Commander Fire Fist Ace, most notably known for this. Then there's also the Chief of Staff of the Revolutionary Army, Sabo, who somehow managed to stay irrelevant for the first 490 episodes of the anime, only to start playing a bigger role following this Sight for Sore Eyes. Now that we've gone through Luffy's brief description, I want to talk about what I really wanted to talk about in this video, and those are my favorite moments with this character from the show. And we're going to go ahead and start this off with the Crocodile fight in Alabasta. To me, the fight with Crocodile in Alabasta was memorable for many reasons. For starters, I'm pretty much ignoring every fight Luffy's been in up until now, and I'm gonna go ahead and say Crocodile was the first real obstacle for Luffy. It was such an intense fight filled with so much emotion. It was also neat to see Luffy pull out all the stops. He even decides to use water, since Crocodile is made out of sand, to make the fight a little easier, considering Haki hasn't been introduced yet. This is one of the few times that you get to see Luffy be serious and actually use his tactical wits, since he's in a pretty much life or death situation. And it's all pretty neat to see. It's nice seeing that shift from moron to serious badass. I don't know. Also in Alabasta, the Usopp fight. You know this shit is good when people still talk about this 10 years later after the fact, when there's 20 plus years of content from the same show. This shit is tight. Seeing this for the first time had me at the edge of my seat, with anxiety levels slightly higher than usual, wondering if this big nose really gonna die. It was so awesome watching the most human, or rather normal person of the crew grow a backbone and stand up for what he felt was right, even though he was wrong. Hashtag I still love you, Mary. And to make things better, he was actually putting up a fight. Friends who fight but manage to make things right in the end is always a beautiful sight. Another memorable scene would be Luffy punching the Celestial Dragon. Anyone who's seen the anime up until this point at least can all agree that this is an amazingly memorable moment. Luffy didn't give a single he said
Falcon punch!
And I mean, the guy deserved it. He was being a dick. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us has been in a situation where someone was being really obnoxious around you and you wanted to do something but you just couldn't. And Luffy's just that type of guy where he just doesn't give a shit and he'll do whatever, you know? So, props to Luffy for doing what we all wanted to do. Now let's talk about some stuff that happened after the time skip. Like, when they go back to Sabaody 2 years later. I remember way back when this was actually happening in the anime and the show took a 2-week hiatus for the 2-year time skip. I was so anxious to see what was going to happen next, and when the crew finally got back together on Sabaody... Oop, car alarm. And when the crew finally got back together on Sabaody, instead of having a calm and boring reunion, they got to take revenge on the pacifistas they were too weak to take on before as a team. It was a very satisfactory redemption beatdown. And as of right now, my number one, most recent, it's kind of sad honestly because it's been such a long time since this has happened, but this is definitely one of my favorite moments with Luffy, my most recent favorite moments with Luffy. But when he used Red Hawk for the first time, bruh. I don't even need to talk about this one, the action speaks for itself. But I am anyways. When I first saw this, I remember the One Piece community was foaming at the mouth, coming up with these silly theories, thinking that somehow Luffy got his hands on Ace's Devil Fruit during the 2-year time skip. Since Blackbeard has 2 Devil Fruits, people figured why not. It's really funny looking back at it now, but even though the 2 Devil Fruit thing wasn't the case, I don't think it makes this scene any less memorable or badass. New theory? Luffy trained with SpongeBob for that secret underwater fire technique. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for you today. Please leave a like or consider subscribing if you liked the video. Let me know what your favorite moment with Luffy is. Should I cover the rest of the Straw Hat crew? Or should I cover someone else in One Piece? Or should I even do a completely different anime character file? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. This has been Blank, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.